What's up, guys? Want to know more red flags to watch out for when you're in the early stages of dating? Well, stay tuned because that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. What's up, guys? I'm Emily, head coach and co-founder at emlovz.com. And the red flags that you want to watch out for sometimes are not so obvious. So let's dive in on what you should be looking for on your dates. Red flag number one, she never asks you about you. All she does is talk about herself or answer your questions, but she never asks the question back to you or seems interested in anything going on for you. This is a big red flag that she probably only focuses on herself, only cares about herself, and is not going to invest very much in other people, be it a romantic relationship, a friendship, whatever it is. It's just not a good sign. Another red flag is baby drama. Whether it's an ex who isn't paying child support or any other kind of baby drama, you really want to consider whether this is something that you want to deal with for the rest of your life. If it's not, you might want to keep mega dating, which you can learn more about in my coaching program, Dating Decoded. Another red flag is if she unloads all of her drama on you super early on in the relationship. This is a bad sign and an indication that she does not know how to deal with difficult things, and instead she gives it to everybody else to deal with. So you're not her therapist, and if you want to be her therapist, continue seeing her. Otherwise, I'd recommend mega dating and getting out of there. She asks you to delete your dating apps super early on, like within the first 3 to 5 dates. This is way too soon, and you shouldn't feel pressured to stop dating just because she doesn't want you to continue dating other people. You need to take it at your pace. You need to know what you want and really go after it. So if she's pressuring you to get off the apps and you've only just met her, it's a little too soon. You want to give it more time. And if she's having a hard time with that and she doesn't trust you and she has trust issues, that might just be an indication to completely exit that relationship. Red flag, she asks for the passcode to your phone. This is really not appropriate, and it is a total invasion of privacy. It also signals that she may have trust issues from prior relationships, and you really don't want to deal with that because it's going to be an issue anytime you want to go out with friends, anytime you're away from her. I would really watch it if you see that type of behavior. She should not have the passcode to your phone. Really, that is not appropriate, hardly at any stage of dating. It's a privacy thing, guys. All right, guys, we've just scratched the surface with red flags. I've got a bunch more red flags that you may not be aware of that are super important to watch. But first, if you're liking this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment in the comments below. She asks you to share your location indefinitely. So on the iPhone, I don't know if this is true on other phones, but you can share your location with other people. If she's asking you to share your location indefinitely, that's like a big privacy issue, and it shows that she doesn't trust you. So no, 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 girlfriend, that's not gonna happen here. I would not recommend sharing your location indefinitely. Where you go is none of her business, especially if it's early on in the dating phase. Red flag, she gets jealous when you go on vacation that you scheduled before you knew her. This is not a good sign, guys. If she's getting jealous early on or jealous that you're going away from her or not spending time with her, she may have an anxious attachment style. There may be other red flags going on that just not a good sign. So pay attention to these type of things. If you already had the trip scheduled before you knew her, then she shouldn't be mad that you're going on a trip. Red flag, she's a boring conversationalist. Now, I would recommend giving her the benefit of the doubt. If she's an introvert, she might just need a little time to warm up. But if you've seen her 2 times, 2 dates, and she is boring every time you see her, I would cut bait. You want to be engaged with the person that you're dating. You want to make sure that you guys have things in common. You want to search for those commonalities. And if you can't find them and you don't care what she has to say and all she's talking about are the Kardashians or whatever, she might not be the girl for you, and I would continue mega dating. Red flag, she agrees with everything you say. This is a clear indication that she's a people pleaser and she doesn't know how to be authentic or herself in normal environments. So she doesn't seem to have her own opinions. Instead, she just agrees with everything you say or everything everybody else says. Oh my God, this is not a good sign because you'll never know how she really feels. She's going to hide it just to people please. This is probably a pattern that she's gotten into. It tends to work well in the workplace when you say yes to everything, but it's not good in romantic relationships because if you're not talking about what's really bothering you, you're not really voicing your true opinions, then A, you have no personality or identity in the relationship, and B, it's going to get old real fast. It's just not sexy to be with a yes man or a yes woman. Red flag, she goes victim mode super early on and all the time. A woman who's in victim mode is seeing the whole world as glass half empty, and it's not a good look. Her life is toxic. She's going to be thinking about all the bad stuff all the time, and rather than taking responsibility for the problems that she's experiencing, she is becoming a victim and allowing things to happen to her and not taking action on changing her life. You don't want to be in a relationship like this. It's going to suck the life right out of you. I would continue mega dating if you see this pattern. If you're always saying, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, catch yourself if you're doing that, because if you're doing that, you're with the victim. Nobody wants to be with a victim. If you're doing that, cut that out, okay? It's not cute. Red flag. I see a lot of people overlook this when they're dating a really hot woman, but you can't. You know why? Because if you overlook the fact that every time she has a problem, she goes straight to the bottle and drinking is her coping mechanism, I got to tell you, it's going to be a problem in the future. If you see this super early on and she's like, oh my God, I had the worst day at work, I'm just popping a bottle of wine, or I've got to get my whiskey, or whatever it is, yikers, you are dealing with probably an alcoholic and she does not have healthy coping mechanisms in place. So even if she's super hot, if she's using alcohol to cope with her life, she's not emotionally dealing with things. She's not in touch with her emotions enough to allow the emotions to exist, I guess. You know, when you drink to escape your problems, you're not really dealing with your problems, and you're also stunting your emotional growth because you're not willing to feel those hard emotions that you need to feel. And that's just not something that I'd recommend. So if you see that behavior really early on, it's a big red flag. That wraps up this video, guys. If you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment in the comments below, and follow us on social media. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.